My Chinese fried chicken recipe. You definitely don't want to miss out on this one. You're gonna hear the crunchiness and juiciness of these fried chicken wings. Hey, what's up everyone? So today I'm going to show you how to make a classic style Chinese fried chicken. And this recipe is based on the ones that I had around New York City's American Chinese fast food restaurants. It's got a really nice tasty outside coating plus a juicy marinated chicken. Now what do you normally find with Chinese fried chicken? That's right. I'm also going to show you how to make a very simple and easy American style Chinese fried rice with roast pork. Okay, so the first thing that we need is 8 pieces of chicken wings. Now I chose 8 pieces because it fits perfectly in my pot for frying, and all of the chicken wings should be about the same size. This way they cook about the same time. All right, so now we need to make a simple marinade for the chicken. And we'll start off with the dry seasoning. 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of ground white pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of Chinese 5 spice powder, 1 teaspoon sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. And just give those a mix and break up any large clumps. Next, we'll add the wet seasoning. 1 tablespoon of Chinese Shaoxing cooking wine, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, and then 1 egg. It is best to mix all of your seasoning in a separate bowl and combine with the chicken wings later. And now we drop all of this into the chicken wings and mix very well. And just make sure that you're covering each and every single piece of chicken wing. And finally, to make a nice thin crispy coating, we need 3 tablespoons of corn flour or cornstarch, depends where you're coming from, combined with 2 tablespoons of bread flour. Now you can use all-purpose flour if you want, and that's what I normally use, but all I have is bread flour at home right now. But whether it's AP flour or bread flour, both works fine with this recipe. And if you don't have corn flour or cornstarch, you can also use potato starch. Those will work very well too. And then just mix very well for about another few minutes. Now for maximum flavor, you want to marinate the chicken wings overnight. And then after the overnight marinade, you just want to mix again because overnight, a lot of the stuff has settled. You want to make sure that all of your chicken has an even coating of the seasoning ingredients and flour mixture. And don't worry if you see that it is a wet batter, it's supposed to be like that. So the wet flour is what's responsible for the nice little thin, crunchy coating that we are all familiar with at a Chinese takeout restaurant. Now, one very important tip before you fry, make sure that your chicken is room temperature because if you marinate it overnight, it's gonna be very cold and very chilly. And when you drop cold chicken into hot oil, it's gonna drop the temperature very fast. And as a result, you're gonna get greasy and just not so crunchy, tasty chicken. So just make sure you leave your chicken wings on your countertop for about 30 minutes and it should be fine. So heat your oil to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, how do you know if your oil is hot enough for frying? I'm gonna show you one simple trick. You take a wooden chopstick and you stick it down the center, and if you see little bits of bubble coming up, it means that your oil is not hot enough for frying. But when you stick your chopstick in and when you see a lot of bubble immediately start rising up, then you know your oil is hot enough for frying. Now I often tell people that when you fry foods, you should fry it twice. This way you get a really nice crispy outer coating. Now, except for this instance, because we're using a wet batter, which as I mentioned before, creates a nice little thin layer of coating. For that type of frying, you don't need to fry it twice because it's a very thin coating. If you fry it twice, you risk the chance of burning your fried foods. So for this fried chicken recipe, I normally fry my chicken for about 5 minutes to 5.5 minutes. But for you guys at home, maybe you're using smaller chickens or maybe a smaller pot or whatever. One clue to know that your fried chicken is done is to look at the outside coating. If it has a nice golden brown color, it should be ready. All right, so I know most of you are super psyched to try out that fried chicken, but I'm telling you, you need some fried rice to go with that chicken. So this will be just a quick fried rice recipe. I'm gonna heat my wok on a medium-high heat, and when it smokes, I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of oil. Drop in 2 large beaten eggs. And when the eggs start to set, we scramble. And when the eggs are cooked like that, we just remove it and set it aside. So I'm just gonna speed this fried rice recipe along. Heat your wok to medium-high heat. Add 3 tablespoons of oil. It's a fried rice, you need a lot of oil. Throw in 2 cloves of minced garlic and cook for about 5 seconds. Then add 400 grams of rice. This is day-old rice that I kept in the refrigerator overnight. And then toss in a tablespoon of light soy sauce, followed by 2 teaspoons of dark soy sauce. Once you have your rice covered with most of the sauces, I toss in carrots and peas and some roast pork, some Chinese char siu. Toss all of those in. And then toss in the scrambled eggs. And then a chopped stalk of spring onions. Now before you serve your fried rice, just give it a taste. If you feel that it needs more salt, then just add a little bit table salt. And an awesome marinade. That light fried chicken coating, just awesome. Have some of the fried rice. Gotta have some of that, right? But like I always say, I do make deliveries, I take Bitcoins and camels as payment. That's an awesome, awesome combination. There you go, folks. Another simple and fast, easy Chinese recipe. I'll see you all in the next one.